question is to you, why data science is called the profession of the future, and what is data format?
So basically, data science is the practices that are being used to, interpret, you use the historical data to predict the future.
Yes, exactly. You're right. So if I talk about the traditional data warehousing concept, so we generally used to store the data and perform
Mm-hmm.
some analysis on it and generates the reports for the clients, like using some visualization tools, which are Power BI and Tableau. But then comes the latest data science field, in which the main job is to like it is called the skill of extracting the hidden insights from the data or the hidden gold from the data, which
Mm-hmm.
ultimately like improve the business outcome with the power of data. Okay, and all these things are done at the help of machine learning and deep learning, basically. So, next topic is, let's say, the question arises, what is machine learning? So it is just a class of algorithm you see here, slides and all this thing, in which
Mm-hmm.
we will be using some data, okay, and then we will applying some algorithm on it using predefined libraries. Then our algorithm will decide what it's gonna be for the future data. That means when a new data arises, what the output should be. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see. There are two types of machine learning basically. One is supervised. Another one is unsupervised learning. Okay. Like you would have heard of these all things, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like supervised training, like which means include the target variables also, if you're getting it. So let's say, although we will cover all this topic from scratch, but just to give you an overview, like supervised learning is involved the dependent variables also, okay, and the
Mm-hmm.
independent also both. So basically, we treat them as an X and Y, and then we perform some algorithm. If I talk about the algorithm, first one is a regression algorithm. If you heard
Mm-hmm.
of the equation y equal to mx plus c, is basically the equation of regression, straight line. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So first thing is the question is, what is supervised learning? It is in that we know about the dependent variable also. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what is unsupervised learning? The real time example is, I can say that let's say there is a mart, a mall, okay, in which I have to predict if this person is going to buy the product. Let's say a person is going to buy eggs and beards also. So
Mm-hmm.
how can I put them in a way that both are the both have the probability to be sold out at the same moment? So basically, I don't have the target variable, but I do have the pattern using the historical data of the customers. Like if a person is going to buy, let's suppose XYZ thing, he or she is likely to buy this thing also. Okay, this is called
Mm-hmm.
like market segmentation. So this all things come under so unsupervised learning, where the target variable is not in our hand. We don't know about the target variable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. The
Exactly.
machine
So
has to decide automatically,
yeah,
right?
the machine has to decide from the pattern of the data which we are having in our databases. So, and many use case of the machine learning is this. Let's say you and your friends is chatting on, like, I want to buy Nike shoes, or I want to view this particular movie on the Netflix. So the
Mm-hmm.
data is storing at the back end, and then it is like showing you the recommendation, buy this or view this movie based on the data which you have which you have searched. Okay, like they are recording the pattern and then giving you the output. It is called the recommendation system in the Amazon website or the Flipkart or any different. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
this is the like a real-time use case of machine learning, how it is interesting. And and generally, to give you a simple overview, why we are dealing with supervised learning, why we are dealing with unsupervised learning. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
in we already seen that, okay, machine learning, they have two parts, which is supervised and unsupervised, like
Mm-hmm.
this one. Um, okay, so inside supervised learning, there are multiple algorithm which can
Okay.
be like linear regression, yeah, multilinear regression, random forest, Okay, these are decision trees, support vector machines. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in that case, we already know that as it is a case of supervised learning, so I will automatically be having independent variable. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in that case, regression comes in the market. The first algorithm of supervised learning. So I
Mm-hmm.
won't be going into the all the backend definition and how it comes, although we
Mm-hmm.
will cover all the topic from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
But to give you like an overview at the moment, let's say
Mm-hmm.
if you want to predict, there is a match between India and Australia, and
Mm-hmm.
if you want to predict what Virat Kohli is going to score,
Mm-hmm.
in that case, you will be applying a regression algorithm. Okay. Why? Because you want to predict some numerical values like 200 and 150, all this, like a numerical value, what Virat is going to score. But if you want to predict is India is going to win or not, okay, so that is the case of the logistic regression or say the classification problem, in which case the outcome is binary, yes or no, 0 and 1. This is the outcome. So that is the case of classification, in which we are not predicting some numerical value. We are actually predicting, yes. In the mathematics, we will cover all this topic one by one. There's no issue. Okay, why this equation is there, how Python is getting all this thing. So let's say I'm gonna give you a live example of the real data of regression.
Mm-hmm.
See, suppose which we gonna predict salary. Let's say I want here a column
Mm-hmm.
which is like a predicted salary. Okay. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
who will calculate this? Our machine learning algorithm will calculate this. How we gonna see this? So in real time, this data can be in your database, SQL Server or like Oracle or MySQL, anywhere. Okay. But here we will take from the normal CSV file, comma separated file.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a Jupyter notebook, if you are aware of that. Like, have you heard of Anaconda environment and all this thing? So basically, let's start from Jupyter itself. If you let me share that, yeah. Okay. So let's say we will start from scratch, like how we gonna like import the data.
Mm-hmm.
Although we will cover all the libraries, which is NumPy and Pandas. Let's say import NumPy. We're gonna perform all these activities in Python. It is a very powerful library. There is a saying, if you know the pandas, you know already the flow for 50 or 60% of the Python. It is a very strong tool in our like machine learning thing in Python. Okay.
Yes.
Let's say we have imported some library. Now data set equal to pd dot read underscore CSV. PD is
Mm-hmm.
like an alias name for pandas, and read CSV is a method.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of our file is salary data. So let's say salary underscore data dot CSV. Now, as a data scientist, you have given this business problem to calculate the predicted salary based on the years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you understand the problem, now the data is so clean. Like in real time, we won't be like getting the this much clean data. You have to apply some pre-processing, all those things, mean, median, mode. We have to apply statistics involved. Okay, but like for now, like just to give you an the basic knowledge of like how machine learning algorithm we're gonna work on,
Mm-hmm.
because like for every algorithm we will study, we will cover a different case study, different data set. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sometime multiple linear regression and SVM, the random forest, all have different case studies, so you will have
Mm-hmm.
a knowledge from scratch till deployment. So let's say that's our data. Now the same data which we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Now if you are aware of the function iloc,
Index location, yes.
yeah, so let's say if you can answer me this, what I'm doing. If I remove the minus, basically what's happening here is I'm taking only x. Okay, like I told you, we have to make an equation for the
Mm-hmm.
regression. Let's say where it is this one, y equal
Mm-hmm.
to mx plus c. So I'm taking actually x, and y.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, our target variable is salary. That means dependent variable, or should I say y, is
Mm-hmm.
salary and x is years of experience. So in this case, I am taking the years of experience. Okay, that means -1 signifies that I am not taking the last value. Okay. Now, if I want to take the y, I will add the same thing. Let's say data set or iloc. This means all the rows I want, comma,
Mm-hmm.
1. So in that case, I'm taking the column with index 1. Let's say this is the 0 index, years of experience, and then salary
Mm-hmm.
is at 1
Mm-hmm.
dot values. To take
Mm-hmm.
the values. Now this is our salary. So we have already classified into X and Y. Now there is a library in Python which is called scikit-learn. Are you aware of that?
I read it about it somewhere, but I haven't used it.
Okay, we're gonna see that from
Mm-hmm.
scratch. But for now, let's say uh, this is how we import it. There is a library called scikit-learn, which
Mm-hmm.
is a very important library in machine learning world in Python. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
inside there is a sub module called model selection. Okay, from
Mm-hmm.
that we import the train test split. So my question is, what is train test split? Like we are splitting into 70 and 30, usually let's say 80 or 20. Okay, that depends
Mm-hmm.
on the also that depends on the client requirement. SK, okay, I haven't used L here. Now, again, a spelling mistake. Yeah, so let's define some variable for training and testing purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So once we are comfortable with this thing, okay, so we can just directly copy and paste from the as a developer from the our old previous notebook. Okay, as you know, there's we are using Python. The reason behind using the Python is we have a very large community over the net. As a developer, you can get every answer for any questions. Okay, as compared to
Mm-hmm.
the R language split. The same, or let's say we can copy it this one, paste it here, and then I want to split what I want to split x and y, okay, as a
Mm-hmm.
parameter I'm taking. Then let's say I want to take test size. There's a parameter called test size equal to 0.25, which means I'm taking test size as a 25% and training data set as a 75%. Okay,
Okay.
now random state equal to 0. This means to avoid the randomness. That means every time I take 70 and 80%, I want the same data, not the different 70 and 80%. Okay.
Okay.
Also, you can go for the shift plus tab, press here, then you will get the complete documentation, what to take, or why we are taking this. Okay. Although we will cover all these things. So directly without wasting more time, let's say directly involve the algorithm here. As of now, we are dealing with linear regression. That is, it is also in the sklearn library, but linear model.
Mm-hmm.
So this is this is how we're gonna be learning first the theory about every model. Okay, then
Mm-hmm.
the practical implementation, how we write the code and how it is useful in real time, getting the data from SQL and all this thing. Now, once we involve this, the first thing we have to do is to create this class object.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, you can write any name. All these things which I'm typing without knowing is come from the practice. Like a lot of practice is involved in machine learning. Now let's say regressor dot fit. what I want to fit it. Let's say we will train our model
Mm-hmm.
on 70% of data. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then we can see our result on the remaining, let's say 75, because we have taken remaining 25% of test data. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
in that case I have to take the train part only. So X test, paste it directly, X train, and that means, and another one is Y train, where it is, yeah. Okay, and this method is called fitting the algorithm. Dot fit means we are actually, whatever we have implemented above, we are fitting it into our model. That's it depends on, let's say if you have a 1 million of data or 10 million of data, it may take time, depend on the computer speed and all the various factors if we are using CPU or GPU at the for processing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we are fitting it. By default it has taken values. If you are confused, then shift plus tab will give you complete documentation of the particular function and library. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
or if you don't have the for like if it is doesn't work shift plus tab sometime, then you can always call for the help function.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's say now it's time to predict the things. Why predict is a variable we are defining. This is our model. Okay, dot predict. Let's predict on complete data instead of test. For looking, we will make a visualization also. By
Mm-hmm.
underscore predict. So that's the predicted value. And this is the real value. Okay. Now this is the predicted value. You can see that let's say let's add this one in our data frame. Then you can see the comparison between that predicted underscore PRD data set. See, this is the actual salary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the salary predicted by the linear regression algorithm. Okay, there's a difference. There is algorithm difference. The better we involve the parameter, the better we move from the linear regression to random forest to neural network, the better the accuracy or the RMSE we can obtain from here. Okay, sometimes it is showing very close, sometimes far. So that's the like the end goal. You can put this data back to the SQL server. Okay, or you can create it its API in Flask to deploy for customer side and all this thing. These are the application. Let's say if you want to compare all those things, so there is a library called Matplotlib. If you remember, do you know about Matplotlib?
Yeah, yeah, it's a graphic tool, basically, visualization tool,
Yeah,
visualization library.
yeah. You can use Seaborn also, but for now, go for Matplotlib. We're gonna see the difference what we obtain. Let's plot a scatter plot. Yeah, on x comma train comma y comma train. Let's take a color equal to red. Then usually the 10 lines of code can be in single line if we use the Seaborn library. Okay, this is the some advanced library in visualization.
Mm-hmm.
But to see the performance of our model, the thing behind that, we are using the Matplotlib. So our model is regressor dot predict. Here I am taking the train data only.
Okay.
And let's make it a blue color. Then we gonna plot some put some title on it so it look good. TITLE. Yeah. Let's say title name is salary versus experience, and on y-axis, on x-axis we want x level or x-axis. Okay. on x-axis there is a years of experience. On y-axis there is salary. So usually all this thing on topics take class for each algorithm. Okay, just I'm showing you what we can achieve in real-time situation with the. So let's hit it. Yeah. So the performance on the training set. So blue line is our prediction, and red is the dotted line. Red is the like a plot, the original data. So
Mm-hmm.
y equal to mx plus c, the equation which we have learned here of regression. This is called y equal to mx plus c, straight line. So that
Mm-hmm.
means if the pointer is closer, the model is performing good. Okay, wherever we see, we can see
Mm-hmm.
some variations also over the time. But
Mm-hmm.
as long as we involve more algorithm here, more complex data here, more statistics here, we can improve this performance. Okay, that depends as a machine learning engineer, as a data scientist on us. Okay, so this was just an example how we gonna cover all the like say algorithm here, which involves the regression part, the classification part, okay, which involves random forest, SVM, all these things, statistics, all the topics.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we will go through this theory one by one. Okay, what is regression? How it is the difference? What is dummy variable trap? The what is modeling process in real time? Okay, so after getting a basic understanding of the theory, we're gonna move to some practical implementation so that we can have an hands-on experience all those things for the interview purpose or learning purpose. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's how it's gonna be like in different cases or time series also we're gonna see some a very complex topic like RNN, recurrent neural network for stock market predictions, all this thing. Okay, like you have any questions or you got any idea for this?
Yeah, so I have one question. So there are some sort of tests that we perform to see the data is fit or not, like t-testing and I don't know, p-value testing, something like
Yeah,
that. Do you have any idea about that?
yes, exactly. P-value is used for like to check if the column has a significance role or not. Which means if I take the industry standard p-value, if it is less than 0.05, we usually reject that column. Okay, let's say if I have multiple variables, then we can reject the variable, the column which has the p-value which has less than 0.05. The algorithm we use to find the p-value is using the stats model library in Python. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
directly fit it and apply it to see which column are important, and to check it is good or not, to then we use the RMSE. RMSE is root mean square error, if you heard of that. Root
Root
mean
means.
square error is the basically the difference between the original values
Mm-hmm.
versus the predicted values. So let's say I have applied 10 algorithm here,
Mm-hmm.
ranging from random forest to decision tree to SVM, all this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever has the low RMSE is great generally. So our target in the regression is to calculate and build a model which has the low RMSE value, root mean square. That is the difference between these two is low.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's how we calculate which model we're gonna take. We simply apply it, okay, based on the practice, based on the intuition. I think random forest will fit here. That's why. But if you are dealing with some classification problem in which there is a answer in yes or no,
Uh-huh.
or it's a 0 or 1, so we're gonna use for the accuracy confusion matrix, if you heard of the confusion matrix, to calculate, to analyze the performance of our model, different models. Okay,
Okay.
but
Any other things that an interviewer can ask for, like in the regression model, uh,
yeah, go
any
ahead.
theoretical thing like I'm just asking you, what
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
think?
There are multiple questions that can be generated. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's say as this example, there is no such question can be arise, but the
Mm-hmm.
question can be arise based on the data. Let's say there is some missing data. Okay, how are we gonna deal with that?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing we're gonna say that we're gonna apply mean median mode strategy. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
pre-processing part to get our data model ready data. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say if we have performed the random forest algorithm,
Mm-hmm.
there is a parameter called
Mm-hmm.
an estimators. Okay, an estimator is basically the number of decision tree that we are taking. You can simply understand by the name algorithm. One is decision tree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another one is random forest.
Mm-hmm.
There is a tree and there is a forest. So basically, a forest is a combination of trees. That's how apply same thing apply in the random forest algorithm. Actually, we can take 500 or any valued number of decision tree which combines together and then generate the output rather than a single decision tree. So if you are applying a decision tree regressor, then go for the random forest regressor. It will be much better and more accurate on some business problems. Okay. And
Okay.
generally, question can be arise from multiple linear regression type like this one. Did I say this one? Let's say there are multiple values, or let's say there is a categorical value. Let's say this is New York, country wise or state wise, New York and California, and many different. Okay, so how we gonna deal with some let's say our machine learning work on the numerical data only, but how
Mm-hmm.
we gonna deal with this kind of stuff? There is a categorical values in regression. So there is a concept called dummy variable trap. Okay, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in which case we convert this into 0 and 1 form, then remove 1, so automatically signifying it is giving us a numerical value. So this type of question can be arised in like interview purpose. Although I will cover all the topics, I have one Word document which covers the general interview question. I myself take some interview, and I usually ask about the what is dummy variable trap. Okay, so there are multiple questions which can be answered based on our working from scratch till the end. Okay, we're gonna start with Python because we will be needing some basic knowledge regarding Python and pandas and some uh, some basic data types thing which can be asked generally in the form of interview question. Okay, then after Python we will go for the all the ML parts, and then statistics and basic mathematics involves. Okay, then the rest of the topics, which is algorithm trading and fintech, some basic overview on that, how we'll do algorithm trading in Python also. We're gonna cover this, but major focus will be on the as a machine learning trainer, like the real-time scenario, real-time case studies using different data, which can be from SQL or directly from CSV, importing it to Python, and then performing algorithm involving data pre-processing, all this thing. Linear regression, multiple linear regression, okay, random
Mm-hmm.
forest, decision tree, then we go for the support vector machine, okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
and we like support vector machine, then I can introduce you if there's a time about the neural network, the deep learning part. So just to give you an overview, the difference between the traditional machine learning and the future deep learning, which involves a neural network. We will do a one topic called artificial neural network. Then
Mm-hmm.
after that in stats we will go for the hypothesis testing and mean median mode strategies and stats model libraries which are useful in generating p-value and all p-value significance, which are like an important for the interview point and as well as for ML part also. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
So can we go more into deep learning also, like CNN and RNN both, like practical implementation? Can we do
Yeah,
that?
for deep learning, we can perform the CNN and RNN also, like a stock market prediction. I have worked on that Google stock market prediction, but
Mm-hmm.
it depends. Like it may, if it is getting complex, then we have to like cover it. But although we can cover based on the time and understanding RNA also till RNA. Yeah, and genetic actually like in real time scenario, let's say this is the website, some website, and for if you're thinking for an end user type, because a real time product is like for the end users. So simply
Mm-hmm.
you just have to click a predict button and your algorithm will work at the back end. That's the thing we want. So in that case, for that creating a button and all this thing, we're gonna have to involve the Flask also. Ask means we will cover some API development and then we will see how ML fits in the API development. That's an important end time goal. This all case studies is also good for like learning and all, but for real time we have to like make a product in which case ML machine learning is involved in the web development. Then we generate
Mm-hmm.
an API which runs at the back end, which run our machine learning model at the back end, but user is unaware of that. So user doesn't have to user doesn't care how what algorithm is at the back end, but he or she like simply click on the predict and we should get the result here on the web page instead of this Jupyter notebook.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. Cool. All my questions are answered. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. So